No, I mean, what did he score his rookie year? 13 when they won the cup. I mean, he's a gamer, and for us, we obviously played against him a bunch and seen it in the postseason as well when we played against him, and regular season for that matter. But he rises to the occasion in the big games, and yesterday was just another example of what he can do, and he's got a lot of skill as well. You can see on the first goal, the way he moved past. I don't know who it was, but a shot off pointer into the net. So no, he's been a huge addition for us, and tremendous guy to be around, and just what we said, an absolute gamer on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, just the way he plays, and his willingness to do whatever it takes. Seems like the bigger the game, the better he plays, and he just goes so good at finding those areas. And he's a guy that goes to the net. He's in the right spots, and to just head, he's just like you said, he's a gamer. He's a guy that he's been there, he's done that, he knows what it takes, and he does it just shift after shift.
Yeah, so Brandon, really excited. Welcoming you guys back into the locker room after the game yesterday. What was it like to be able to play for him and to come away with a victory and really get back from him in Game 4?
Yeah, he was excited. He gave us a nice little lineup read, and we went out there and played for him. He's one of us. We're family in here, and he wasn't able to go, and we just talked about just got to step up and take a game at a time and go out there and win that one for him, and we know he's going to be back and he's going to be buzzing in this next one. So unfortunate that he couldn't be out there with us, but just what he brings to our team and just the energy he brought that day, and you just see how excited he was that we got that win. So I'm sure he's ready to go for tomorrow night.
Victor, in my observation, you've been really active offensively out the ice a lot, more so maybe than the last couple of years in the playoffs. Have you made a conscious effort to do that or change anything?
I mean, that's always been part of my game, but obviously having Mac back has freed me up a little bit. So no, but I feel fresh, and that's what I try to bring to the table every single night. In the playoffs, you got to pick your spots when to join. But I think we're at our best when the D is joining and kind of punching in the offense and supporting our forwards on the rush. So just try to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And I know I'm at my best when I'm all over the ice, and that's what I try to bring every night.
One more thing, shots from the point. What's it looking like for you and your defense partners trying to get pucks through?
Yeah, I mean, the first two games I think I had 17 shot attempts and none of them hit the net. So you just got to be better at that, and was a step in the right direction yesterday. So they're doing a good job of fronting sometimes, and for us, we just got to make sure we get the puck through the first layer of forwards, trying to block the shots, and we know we have forwards that are going to hound the puck down. So for us, it's just about getting that puck through that first layer. So that's a big emphasis going into the next game as well.
How have you guys noticed the game has changed? If they're up, if it's tied, or if you're up? It seemed like you had more room to make some plays in Game 3 when it was tied, or you guys were up.
Yeah, I mean, it's two good teams going at it, and two really good defensive teams. So, I mean, obviously, when you go up a couple goals, maybe their team's pushing a little bit more room for some offense. The other way, if the team that's down is trying to lock it down. So, obviously, probably the first goal is important, but like you said last night, they got it. We just kept pushing, stuck to our game plan, and just kept going. So obviously, it's a tight checking game, not much room out there, and I think for us, it's just trying to continue playing our game for shift after shift.
Yeah, what's your reaction to the good chuck hit yesterday on Jake? And there's some reports out there that he's not going to get a hearing. And how how does that, the precedent that's been set with some of the hits in the series, how does that change? Does that change anything in the way you guys have to approach throughout, the rest of this series?
No, obviously the timing of the hit, and we were up 4-1 and about to make it 5-1, and he goes out of his way to hit him, but it is what it is. We can't control what the leagues think is interference that's suspendable and not suspendable. So you just got to fight through that, and he got up right away and went out the next shift. So that goes to show once again what Gens is all about. And take a hit to make that play, and obviously not expecting to get hit like that, but we're happy he got up right away and shows that he's a gamer.
There has been a lot of pushing and shoving in scrums. How much of that is heat of the moment, and how much of it is a purposeful response to what they're doing?
I think it's a combination. You're fighting for every inch, and that's what playoff hockey is all about. You see it not just in our series, but in other series as well. It's part of the game. You try to stay as cool as you can and not take penalties, but yesterday was a good example. They're picking one every scrum, and we just gotta make sure that we're on the right end of it. But in the heat of the moment, sometimes the emotions get the better of you. But we got to tip our hat to the PK as well. We did a great job yesterday when it was 2-1, blocking shots and being in the right positions. So, but that's what playoff hockey is all about, and that's what makes it so exciting. Every shift that matters so much, and yes, emotions running high on both sides.
Can you expand a little bit more on what Hagel has meant your team and the jump he's taken this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's been unbelievable, obviously, all season. Just what he brings to our team. He obviously, the offensive side, he could score, he can make plays, but I mean, just the energy he brings, the physicality, how hard he plays. He's good defensively. He's always in the right spots, and he's just another gamer. He's a guy that will do whatever it takes for his teammates to help the team win. So like I said, he's been unbelievable all year. Obviously, sucks not having him last game, but he's excited and he'll be ready to go. But just that energy, the positivity, all over the ice. He brings the guys to the fight. So, and on top of that, obviously, like I said, whatever else he brings with the offensive side and scoring and making plays. So, he's a guy that does it all.
Anthony, kind of follow up a little bit on John's question. What is the challenge in not retaliating? It looked like a couple of those penalties were retaliating for. You got hit in the head one time. You were standing up for Cooch the other time. Like, what's the challenge in that line and making sure that you're not the one that gets called for?
Yeah, I mean, you guys, kind of keep your cool. Like I said, it's tough. Emotions of the game and different aspects of what might be a penalty, what might not be a penalty. But the refs, like how you said, they're taking one. So I think it's just kind of on us to just kind of walk away. Maybe have to eat a punch, eat a cross check, eat a slash, and just kind of get out of there and let them do all kind of the extracurriculars, and we just kind of try and play in between the whistles.